Now, President Donald Trump has called for the arrest of Illinois Democratic governor and Chicago's mayor, accusing them of defying his mass deportation campaign. This comes just one day after armed troops from Texas arrived in the state. Now, Chicago, which is the third largest city in the U.S., has emerged as a key flashpoint in the recent immigration crackdown led by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. In response to President Donald Trump's decision to deploy federal troops to an army training center outside the city, largest groups of demonstrators marched through downtown Chicago. At a union protest in Chicago, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker responded to President Trump's criticism of him and Mayor Brandon Johnson. Pritzker questioned the president's motives, asking what kind of nation allows its leader to go after rivals instead of governing for all.
Where he is calling out, he said he was going to jail Gavin Newsom. He says he's going to jail me. He says he's going to jail the mayor of the city of Chicago. These are people who stand against him, disagree with him, speak out about it, but literally have done nothing wrong. We are doing the people's business by standing up for them. He's demented, literally, unhinged. And this is somebody who's so insecure that he lashes out pretending that he can come arrest people for no reason at all. He can't. He isn't going to do it. Taco. Trump always chickens out.
Trump's demand for the arrest of the Illinois Democrats coincided with the arraignment of former FBI Director James Comey on charges of lying to Congress. In fact, his indictment follows just days after Trump publicly pressed his Attorney General to act swiftly against him and other opponents as well. Meanwhile, President Trump also hosted a White House event which targeted left-wing Antifa groups with a focus on Portland, a Democratic-run city. The panel included right-wing journalists who said that they were assaulted by Antifa demonstrators. Trump, who recently labeled Antifa as a terror organization, even warned of a growing left-wing terror threat in the U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kristen Noem also compared Antifa to Hamas, saying that they pose an equally dangerous threat to the country. Trump's immigration crackdown is part of his promise to remove what he described as waves of foreign criminals. However, he has encountered legal obstacles, including a judge in Oregon temporarily blocking his attempt to send troops into Portland. This week, Trump said that he could resort to using the seldom-used Insurrection Act to send troops across the country if courts or local officials stand in his way. For more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report from New York.
President Trump hosted a White House roundtable with cabinet officials and independent journalists focused on cracking down on Antifa. He vowed that federal law enforcement will be, quote, very threatening to Antifa and pledged to dismantle it brick by brick. Attorney General Pam Bondi, for her part, said that they would use every tool to combat domestic extremism. And Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem compared Antifa to groups like ISIS, Hamas, and MS-13, saying they are just as dangerous. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.